It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan, tonight the New York Knicks taking on the Houston Rockets. Houston controls the tap. Paul to Harden. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. The screen sets him up for two.
As a team, when you establish your dominance in the paint early, it's critical to your offense because it eventually opens up the perimeter down the stretch.
I got him.
Trey Burke takes aim at Anderson. To Porzingis. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. The danger of KP. Porzingis hits the three with the hand in his face.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
To Capella. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Capella. Paul. They work it to Capella, down low.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Porzingis. Trey Burke. Cleans it up. Clint Capella pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
No good, and no foul. Burke with it, up by 3. Here comes the screen. Mikal Bridges to Cantor. Can't connect from inside. Houston with the basketball. Kristaps Porzingis with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Paul with it up top. Down 5 to Capella. Harden to Paul. Shot clock winding down. Chance for Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Trey Burke picked up by Paul. To Mikal Bridges. Baseline drive. Off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Let's see what the Knicks can do here. Here comes the screen. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
It's Paul for two. Just off the mark.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Has a look. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Paul into the front court. Trailing by 4. Has a chance. Ooh, crisp Paul. Looking good. 4 for 5.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Hey, big screen right there, big
Screen coming. To Porzingis. From the painted area, won't go down.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Here's CP3. Ooh, crisp ball. He's now 5 for 6. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Curling inside. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Chris Paul, couple of free throws on the way. A career 86% from the line. Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. The possession lies with New York. Ntilikina to Porzingis. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Paul into the front court. All tied up, 13 apiece. Trying to cash in, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Ntilikina into the front court. Down just a couple. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Mario Hezonja has got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. First one, counted. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Count the bucket for 2.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Ntilikina with the basketball. Down 2. To Porzingis. Over to the right side. Ntilikina. KB. Chris stops Porzingis. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start. Now Paul with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Has a look. Got it to go on the step back. Jay, he found a way.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Porzingis. To Mikal Bridges. Porzingis for two. The rebound comes down to Paul. Paul across the timeline. Lead is 2. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He misses. Ntilikina into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Shot from the lane won't go. Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Possession lies with New York. Oh, errant pass as it's taken away. To Paul. On a pass stolen by the Knicks. Ntilikina with the basketball. Down 4. To Porzingis. Down to 5 on the 24. Porzingis for 2. Paul with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Here's a chance from long range. Working hard on the glass. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Now the coach of the Knicks going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Ntilikina against Chris Paul. And now Houston has the basketball. And scores.
This has been a good first quarter for him so far. That wasn't an easy shot, but he was able to knock it down and add to their lead.
Ntilikina into the front court. Margins 8. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Paul into the front court. Up 6. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Paul's free throw, good. A 3-point play as the Rockets add to their lead. Ntilikina with the basketball. 9-point margin. Hazonia sizing up Eric Gordon. To Porzingis. Short jumper misses. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Lee with the basketball. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Paul. Add 2 points to the board.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Ntilikina to Lee. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Hey, look, Sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First try at the line, no good.
Number 24.
He missed a pair of free throws. With the rock, it's Chris Paul.
I got him. Trap. Got him.
That ends the first quarter. The Rockets way out in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Burke with it, trailing by 11. Lee. To Hardaway. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Hardaway. Trey Burke. And the rebound taken down by Houston. Harden in possession. It's an 11-point game. Missed it. How'd that not go down?
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Lee. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Lee hits it, and the foul, and a chance now at a 4-point play.
If you're the defender, you can't keep your hand outwards in the pocket of the shooter. The offensive player recognized that. He raked his arms into yours on his way up to take the shot. That's a foul every time.
Courtney Lee with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. It's good. Has the hot hand and a 4-point play. Paul into the front court. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Ball's tied up. We'll get a jump ball. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Burke with it. They trail by 7. Short jumper won't go down.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Shot from in close, no good. Lee with the basketball. Right now, down 7. Trey Burke, picked up by Paul. And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Trey Burke at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. First free throw is good. makes them both. James Harden at the controls. To Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. Well defended. Burke with it. 5-point game. To Lee. Porzingis. New York with 4 to shoot. Porzingis. KP. Chris stops Porzingis. 4 out of 7.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Harden into the front court. Up by 3. They get it down to Paul. Nice pass to set things up.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Cantor. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Screen coming.
Screen.
Chance for Paul. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
To Porzingis.
Watch, I got you here, right here.
From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
To Paul. Lets it fly from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. New York in control of the basketball. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Chris stops Porzingis. Huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Cantor. No good. To Paul. 4-3. And Chris Paul, veteran move. Well defended, still buries the 3. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Harden with the basketball. Up 5.
Hey, left.
Paul. For 3. Not that time. Burke with it. Down 5. To Lee. KP. Chris stops Porzingis. With that shot, he's 5 for 8. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Tim Hardaway Jr. Subbing in for the Houston Rockets.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Trey Burke, guarded by CP3. To Porzingis. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Rockets in control of the basketball. To Capella. Can't connect. Burke with it. They're down 3. To Porzingis. Gets to the basket and scores.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Now Paul with the basketball. Leads 1. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Paul. Fires the 3. Not getting the bounce. To Hardaway. Houston takes over. Jumper's good.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Porzingis. Cleans it up. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Fires the 3. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
And he hits the second.
For the Rockets, number 13, James Harden. Into the game for New York, number 14.
And he hits all 3 free throws.
I like that.
Burke with it. They trail by 2. Won't go down. Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Has a chance. Shot by Paul won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
From number 3, Tim Hardaway Jr.
To Capella. To Paul. 24-second violation. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 11, Frank Tilakina.
Ntilikina matched up with Paul. Clint Capella.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Porzingis. Trying to cash in. Won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Paul with it up top. Down just a couple.
Here it is.
Layup goes down. Well done. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Ntilikina to Porzingis. Brian Anderson sends it away. Has a look.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Harden. Wide open look, won't go. Ntilikina into the front court. He'll run the offense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Oh, he can't connect. Paul into the front court. Down 2 to Harden. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Now it's Harden controlling the offense. Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
That's his first personal foul.
And he connects on the first free throw. Second and 3 is good.
For New York, number 23, Trey Burke.
Three for 3. Nice.
Way to hit.
1 minute left.
New York Knicks basketball to Porzingis. Won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Knicks with the basketball. Trey Burke against Chris Paul. To Porzingis. Probing the defense. Missed a wide open look. Paul into the front court. 2-point advantage. And the finish. Slam dunk.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
lead 3 at the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Rockets with the lead.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Rockets are in a close game thus far. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Knicks are still very much in this matchup. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Chris Paul was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Rockets have the ball. Gets it down to Capella. Clint Capella not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Trey Burke, defended by Ryan Anderson. Gets it in the right corner. Porzingis. Knicks with 4 to shoot. He gets it.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Harden with it up top. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Beyond the arc for 3. Shakes free and hits.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Clint Capella able to recover with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Harden to Paul. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Out for Porzingis.
No good. Let's be realistic. He's
Knocked it away.
Oh! Some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Mikal Bridges. Hardaway. That one off the mark. It's no good. Now Paul with the basketball. Lead stands at 10. To Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. With James Harden, muscle memory gets it to go.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
To Mikal Bridges. Cantor. Clint Capella swats it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
It's Rockets ball. Paul. Down low, Capella. Throws it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Here comes the screen. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Mikal Bridges. New York with 4 to shoot. KP. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Paul across the timeline. The lead is 15. Harden. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Clint Capella rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Paul. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Trey Burke against Chris Paul. Porzingis.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First one goes down. Second of 3, no good. Paul with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. To Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. To Capella. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
To Porzingis. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
To Mikal Bridges.
Hey, watch this screen. Look, he coming. Switch. That's the back door. Hit him.
Doesn't get the bounce.
I missed it. I got him. Hey, locked up.
Deep right corner. To Harden.
Come on, you're right.
The screen sets him up for two.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Hardaway. Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
In the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Gets a look. Can't hit. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Burke with it. His guys down big. To Hardaway. Can't connect.
Hey, spread the floor.
Houston with the basketball. Capella down low. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Tim Hardaway Jr., 4 out of 10.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. From long range, knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Hardaway. Not that time. Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Burke with it. Down a bundle. Short jumper off the mark.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Timeout here for the Knicks as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Neely Kina. Short jumper stays out.
Watch the cutter, man.
To Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden Man, that was a tough shot.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
It's James Harden once again. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Defense making the ball handler work. The drive right to the basket. Short jumper won't fall.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Runner's good there.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Ntilikina with the basketball. Final minute to play in this third quarter. Mikal Bridges. Clint Capella sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
And now Houston has the basketball. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
A pass taken away by the Rockets. That is great vision to set it up. Not that time.
And he usually makes a living on shots like that, but sometimes maybe it's just not your night.
Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up. Flushes it home. Late heave to beat the buzzer. 3 quarters down. It's been all Rockets. The Knicks to inbound here to start the fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Now it's Harden at the controls. Here's Lopez, down low. Shot from the lane, won't go. Another follows, still no good. Ntilikina. Lee. And it's Lopez there for the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
To Harden. Almost, and he's not getting the call.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
To Harden. foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
James Harden trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Harden hits the free throw. It's a three-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Hardaway. Robin Lopez tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Harden. Well, leaves the defender in the dust. To Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Able to convert inside.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Harden. Deep two there, won't go.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Hazonia, defended by Eric Gordon. To Hardaway. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Hardaway. That's off the side of the rim, short. They'll get it down low to Lopez. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose but really good habits to gain.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Porzingis. To Hardaway. Terrific vision and stuffs it home.
And easy too. Get back on defense.
It's in the hands of James Harden. 4-3. Tough shot. Well defended. To Cantor. Rockets have it. A big finish at the rim. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Meaning, off the assist.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Harden into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Porzingis. Hardaway matched up with Paul. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. And he finishes at the rim.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
The possession lies with New York. Courtney Lee against Chris Paul. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. Harden with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Nothing going here on that drive. For three.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. And hits the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Possession lies with New York. Great dish to set it up. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Capella. Nothing going here on that drive. From the outside, no good. Burke with it. His guys down big to Porzingis. And finishes strong. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Fires the three. Tough shot. He hits.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Mikal Bridges cashes in for two.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Burke with it. Down a bundle. Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Trey Burke against Clint Capella. Five on the shot clock. Fires the three. An example of why he's a 3-and-D guy. Mikal Bridges. Tough shot.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Harden to Capella. Rebound comes to Cantor. Burke with it. He'll run the offense. To Mikal Bridges. Screen coming. Mikal Bridges. To Porzingis. New York with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Not that time. The follow won't go either. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Lays it up and in.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Mikal Bridges. Had a chance, but it's no good. James Harden. Jumper's good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Paul to Harden.
Trap this, come on, we got it.
Oh, I missed a short one there. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. Now a whistle, and we'll get a timeout for the Knicks as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. It goes down. He improvises and scores.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Houston takes over. Harden. Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Great pass to set it up. Big finish at the rim.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Porzingis. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Time to shuffle things up.
Number 14.
New York in control of the basketball. to Porzingis. Count it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Nothing going here on that drive. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off two legs and expect the contact.
Paul to Harden. The drive right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. On a pass stolen by the Knicks. Hardaway. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Harden. Fine to shoot. Trying to cash in. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it. And a nice finish at the rim. Straight on three. At the buzzer, it's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets put together a nice win here today. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Knicks didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Houston Rockets were most impressive in the way they turned their effort into second chance points. If I was their coach, I'd be very proud of the team for the way they played with heart.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number player of the game.
The highlight says it all. He's your player of the game. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
These These are the upcoming matchups for the New York Knicks. The Rockets put one in the win column with a solid performance. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. The Knicks couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. The Knicks got their point scoring from these guys on screen.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Houston Rockets looked very impressive today, especially when it came to capitalizing on their own missed shots. The way they kept extending possessions wore out the D and earned them the win.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the New York Knicks. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off. it.